Hey, welcome everyone. How you going? We've got let's get this microphone down here. We've got what 20 minutes until till teams come, which is good. Now, apologies in advance because it is very much kids' bath and bedtime here at the Davey household. So we might get some disruptors through the next hour, but it is what it is. All right, is Tom De Koning an option? No, Baz, Tom De Koning is not an option. I had a look at his numbers last year because obviously Pitnet was now out, but a couple of things here. Pitnet only was an out because they failed a fitness test, so I think their preference is still to play both. And even then, without Pitnet, you'd still be breaking on Tom De Koning doing a natural breakout, which is pretty hard to predict. So probably not going for that one. All right, as all teams are very similar, which pod would you recommend, if any, to become more unique? I think it just depends on who you like and who you want to be unique to as well. So coach's ownership percentage isn't very useful in the sense that there's a lot of there's a lot of players or a lot of coaches out there that you're not really competing against. So lots of people have Fife, for example, but I think that's more the casual base than it is the hardcore base. So if you wanted to have a pod to, say, the Fantasy Take TV Discord community, someone like Fife would actually fit the bill, even though his ownership percent is high. So there's lots of different ones you could pick. I think Setterfield, Wangadeen Malira, Ash are all lower owned mid prices that you could go as an alternative to Hopper or Warple. I think the premiums Steele is now under 10%. You could look at him as an option. Yeah, so I think it totally depends on which way you want to go. Butters is a unique, but I wouldn't want to necessarily do that. So yeah, lots of different ways you could do it. It just depends on who you're trying to be unique compared to. Yo to Dawson and Jones D4, or Ridley to Dawson and Jones D3. Yo to Dawson and Jones D4. Well, I don't really understand the question, Harry, because you've got to get rid of Yo. Thoughts on Neil? I think he'll just be the classic beast Neil is. I mean, yeah, but he's got Dunkley. He's going to be taking up points in the midfield as well. And I think he should be getting tagged more. So even if you think Neil is going to be a beast, which you probably will be, you just get less opportunity when you have someone else winning the ball in the centre, even though it should help his efficiency. Top 10 rookies under 124k. I'm not going to go through all the rookies now. I don't even know if there are a top 10 under 124k, but effectively the ones I've got in the team now, plus Chesser, is about it. I don't know how many more of the 124k and under guys you actually want to pick than that lot. Thoughts on Liam Baker? Do they settle him in a role at halfback this year? Does he do well in that role? Those would be the two questions. Baker is one of my favorite players. I think he's great. I'm got him in my fantasy side at the moment. Well, it's hopefully that switch is all right. I didn't really set the screen up for other views apart from SuperCoach. So, yeah, but I mean, Baker, if he stays in that halfback role and gets kick-ins, should score well. But I think it's probably one that I'd rather not start with and then correct to if it really pops off. What's his price at? 429. Yeah, I'd rather start Ridley and then trade down if I had to, rather than the other way. Thoughts on LDU? Not for me. I prefer Green, and I don't know if I want to run Green and LDU. I don't mind it. It's one of those unique options that if you really just back your gut in. Sister Dawson, I'd lean Dawson. I want the money. VC Doc, you can if you want. Depends on who else you've got as options, but I want to do Dunkley into Bonampelli. Depends on who you're loopholing with, I guess, as well. But Madden is the most popular option. I don't know. If you've got Laird or Oliver, then you probably still want to VC Dunkley. I wouldn't move away from that. Even though Doherty, of course, has a very good history of going big against Tigers and could totally do it again. I think the most likely scenario is, though, you get this awkward 125, 130 score out of him, and then you're do I keep it? Do I pass or not? Maybe 130 is not that awkward, but yeah. Field 2 out of Constable, McKenna, and Phillips. Well, let's say if Phillips gets named first and McKenna gets named first, there's a little bit of chatter that neither of them might get named. Can you explain why you think having no Laird or Oliver will work? Sure. So it's not because I don't want to have them at some point in the year. I totally do. But the game, especially with more trades, is geared now to be more value-oriented than ever. And when you're looking for value, you're considering whose price is going to go up or down. And Laird and Oliver, even if they maintain their averages from last year, which would be hard to do, but say they do it, they're probably going to go backwards in price. In fact, they will go backwards in price if they maintain exactly their average over the first 6-7 weeks. So I can pick them up cheaper, even if they average what they're priced at. So I'd rather try and spread the money elsewhere and find some value and then upgrade to Laird or Oliver. Now, this could totally backfire. It has backfired for me in the past. There was it 2021 where Neil came out of the gates? I bet against him, he went 145 average or whatever. And there are other years where it's done really well for me. So it's not a bulletproof plan, but my philosophy is much more around chasing value at the moment than it is just getting the best guys in each line. And that's why I don't really fancy either of them at the moment. Doesn't mean I think they're bad picks. And if you feel comfortable taking one as a captain, absolutely. But I definitely wouldn't take both. What makes you choose Doc over Dawson? Nothing. Just a vibe. I don't know. I'm a little bit more worried about Dawson getting tagged than I am Doherty at the moment. A little. So that's probably the only thing. But I like Dawson as an option. And in the structures I've played with where I go 3 premium defenders or even like 2 paid up ones, Dawson's the person I pick next. So I still like Dawson. No problem picking him. Thoughts on Yoda Hunt, then getting Hollins out and Ginbey into the mids and getting Stocker in, which makes Ginbey M10. I don't have to field Phillips. I mean, you want Ginbey or Ginbey on field. He is going to be a beast. And with no Yo in the side either, he should be getting mass midfield minutes. So I want to play Ginbey over almost everyone you named there. I mean, there's an argument that he averages Hunt this year. Worried about Giants and Doggies having same bye? No, from memory, it's the last bye, right? Yeah, it's the last bye. I mean, if I need to fix up trades at that point, I will. If I need to sideways, I will. I prefer to stack the last bye and then work through it then. I think I'm going to want all of them anyway. And there's a good chance one gets injured or something happens by then and I trade out of them. So I'm not too worried about that. If they're all in the first bye, I'd have a bigger problem with it. What do you think of Sarong? I have not looked at Sarong in this format all preseason. I just don't know how he gets more CBAs with Amira coming into the side. So where you're just banking on natural improvement again, which I don't really like doing. Is he going from 500k to being a top 8 mid? Not really. I think Brody's more likely to be a top 8 than Sarong at this point. If Brody can get his time on ground up. And then you got Brayshaw there. I just don't see them supporting 3 top 8 mid. So yeah, no, I think Sarong's a pass for me. In fantasy, if you really liked him, I think he's probably more viable there. What do you think? Steele or McRae? I mean, I've got McRae over Steele at the moment. I don't mind Steele. If I had to downgrade McRae, if I absolutely had to, I think Steele's my next pick at the moment. Just 2 picks, Ridley and Bruin or Dawson and Flanders. That's a flip of the coin for me. Maybe Dawson and Flanders, just because Dawson's more likely to be a premium than Ridley, but I guess you do get keep upside in Bruin that you don't in Flanders. So I think just back your gut. Crozier or Stocker? Probably Crozier, just because his scoring potential is higher. And then I think Stocker's the cheaper of the two. Is that right? Stocker 216, Crozier. Oh no. Yeah. Stocker's cheaper of the two. So if you go to Crozier, you can trade down and not have to worry about money. Miriam, good luck for the season, JD. Thank you. You too. Thrive in the chaos. That's right. Let's hope for a little bit more coming up. Clary or Laird? If I had to pick one, I'm probably still picking Laird. Do I stick with McKenna and 190k in the bank or upgrade to a Stocker, Crozier, Hunter Clark, post Joe? Clarity is a pain. Let's see what happens with teams. I probably, because if McKenna doesn't get named, then you have to pivot anyway, and that forces the decision for you. As a standalone, I think there's probably better places to spend 190k than getting a Crozier or a Stocker. I mean, I'd rather, if you had got 190k, I'd rather go like a Cowan or a Wilmot probably anyway to Crozier than I would McKenna. Bodie Euland is in. Thoughts? I think he's only going to play 3 or 4 rounds until Weller and Power back, so I don't really fancy him as an option. Is Flanders must-have? No, I don't think he's must-have. I like him as an option, though. Madden or Caminiti. They're sort of totally different purposes, right? For Caminiti, you're still banking on him making you enough cash, where with Madden, you're just purely as a loophole. Teams haven't dropped early, have they? Sad. Brun or Warple, if you could only pick one. If they're going in your midfield, I'd rather have Warple. But if Brun would be in your forward line and you're playing a proper mid over him, then maybe Brun. Fifth primo mid, already got Laird, Oliver, Bont, and Green. I think 5's too heavy for me. I've seen some structures where it looks nice. If you were going a fifth with those 5, I'd go Kelly, though. Kelly or McRae. Thanks, Tim Simi. Thanks for nice words. All right. Still can't decide between Stewart and Dawson. Anyone? Yeah, Dawson for me. But I like Stewart. If you like Stewart, pick Stewart. Do you think having at least one pod is important? No. So the way I've always treated this is it's your team overall is what is unique, not individual players. So I don't look at coaches' ownership. I've got no idea what most of my team is owned at. I just pick the players that I like, and then the overall combination of them is what is unique, or rather than individual players. And the way it plays out is you have like different amounts of money, you have different structures, and then when it comes to like adjusting or trading or whatever it is, your pod team will open up or close different options to someone else, and you naturally get divergence that way as well. So yeah, and I never try and seek out pod players, just ones that look good. Thoughts on Finn Callahan and Flanders, or Warple and Sheasel? I'm a little bit worried about Callahan's foot. I've heard a few murmurs, so I guess Warple and Sheasel, although I'm not a massive Sheasel fan, but I think I'd probably do that. Bit of a shame you can't get Warple and Flanders, hey? Libra's a pod, not for me. I'd rather have any of the other dogs mids, to be honest. Thoughts on Cunnington? Not for mine. I mean, we got Goulden now, we got Bruin. I'm happy to correct to Cunnington if he looks really good after the first 2 weeks. A little bit worried about how much time he spends forward. Is it okay not to own Liam Jones? I mean, if you're going 3 premium defenders, I could see a world where you don't own Jones. Depends on what you're doing in that, like how you structure up your defense. You might have Crozier instead if you really like Crozier as an option and believe in him. Loxo, what are you doing if Clive Rose gets named? I mean, that's a lock. Who doesn't want Clive Rose in their side? I probably might also swap to AFL SuperCoach at that point. Giddy up. JD, can you really quickly convince me on why to get Goulden? I think the simplest argument would be if you look at the list of names that have done what Goulden did in the preseason in terms of like, what was it, 188 in SuperCoach, and it was about a 170 or 180 in fantasy as well, and you just compare the other names on that list, it is very hard to not be an elite player and be on that list. Like, this is players like Petrarca before their breakout, Rockcliffe, like these types that are on that list. It's maybe more correlation than anything else, but if you see that type of performance, it just like screams this is breakout year more than anything else. It may backfire, but yeah, that's the easiest argument as to why. He also hits a whole bunch of different breakout markers. Like if you're looking at first and second players that break out in the third year, and like whether they're tracking in certain quartiles, he's one of the ones that actually has done it to like be on that trajectory. It's not out of nowhere. Brun or Fife? Brun for me. I'd rather correct to Fifey if he blows up the first couple of weeks. But I think there's more of a likelihood that Fife has a bad game or gets injured, despite them having a good fixture early, obviously. Radaglia or McLean? McLean. It's like you can see it in my side, which one I picked. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan on Radaglia at the moment. I think I'd rather start the loophole than start Radaglia and correct if I have to. Warple or Setterfield? I don't mind either. If I had the cash, I'd consider going Setterfield over Warple. I've become more bullish on Setterfield over the last few days, so definitely happy for people to go him if they fancy him as an option. I just think the thing for Warple is that he's second CBA mid in their rotations versus like Setterfield's probably fourth or fifth for Essendon. Who's your tip for NBA championship? Let's go. I'll pick someone out of the East. Bucks. Let's go Bucks. I think they're favourites, all right? It's not a very bold prediction. 2 on the field out of Constable, Phillips, and McKenna, if they all get named, that is. Probably Constable and Phillips and bench McKenna. Yeah, not sure how reliable source is, but apparently Phillips from North won't play. That's the rumour, so definitely keen to see some teams when they drop. No early teams, sad. Harry, Ridley, Yo, Jones, Gimby, and Constables. Thinking Ridley and Dawson are Yo and McKenna, or Yo straight to Dawson, downgrade Steele to Setterfield. Cheers. Oh, this is like way too much to look at in text. Ridley to Dawson and Yo to McKenna, or Yo straight to Dawson and downgrade Steele to Setterfield. Oh, so this comes down to like, do you want to run 3 premiums in defense or 4 in the more 4 premium midfields? And I was weighing up this myself. I've landed on the more premium mids, and the reason why is when I had to go to the extra premium defender, I ended up like doing something weird, like sending Constable to my midfield bench, which I didn't really like. I think I'd rather have him on field, especially with the uncertainty around Phillips. So yeah, that's where I've landed for now. No Sheasel. Yeah, no, I mean, he's a small forward for a bad team. I'm like, it's reeks of Rochelle. It doesn't matter what the talent is. You'd have to be really confident he's going to play behind the ball for like large periods, and I'm just not sure he is. So I'd rather start McLean, who's done 70s in that role before, is mature age, and if I'm wrong, correct it. Flanders or Callahan? Flanders. Thoughts on Wanganeen Malira? Yeah, he's a like pot option in the midfield if you want to go down that path. I think he's going to be the only other person getting kick-ins and the only other exit out of defence for St Kilda other than Sinclair. So there's definitely upside. He'll make money at his price. It's just a question of will he make enough money? Will he average enough? And it's a little bit hard to see a second-year player who wasn't necessarily an accumulator in the juniors be someone that's going to do that. So probably not for mine, but I don't mind. Like, if you believe in the pick, go for it. Considered Kelly as a tag target. Think he's easily most damaging and starts hot. Will get attention earlier, Phil. That's definitely possible, but teams are also looking at tagging like halfback. So I think Whitfield could get tagged as well. Well, I'm refreshing the wrong page. Come on, where are you at, teams? Got a loophole player or not? I mean, I do. I got Madden. Is it better to have a loophole player early, as some rookies could be dropped early? I prefer playing rucks. Definitely is the case. I prefer playing rucks, but that's at a cheap price at like 100 or 123k. It's not at 180k, which is what Radaglia is. So I'm probably starting a loophole over Radaglia this year. McLean or Hollands on the bench? Hollands, I think. Do you prefer Laird over Clary? Yeah. Oh, why do I prefer Laird over Clary? Don't think you'll get any attention. Don't think they're going to change up their midfield structure. Doesn't have a hand problem. Otherwise, no. Like, we're splitting hairs here. I've got no problems with Clary as a pick as well. I think it's totally fine. What's all the hype around Clary? Well, if you've been burnt by something 3 times, why wouldn't you touch it like a 4th time and just see if it's still going to burn you or not? I think that's the hype around Kelly. Led and Callahan or McRae and Warple? McRae and Warple. It's right in the side there. Crozier's out. He had surgery on his hand finger. Really? Interesting. I don't like Stocker as a pick then because you can't revert. Ridley, JD, you naughty man. Thanks, Theo. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit devilish. Hello, teams. Are they at 625 or are they 620? Its page is struggling to load, so I'm guessing it's getting smashed with refreshers. Traders are dropping teams. Of course, they got the scoop. Of course. Okay, we'll just wait a little bit longer. Stewart over Doc. Mantle will tag. Okay. Ross Laws put a league code in the chat for those looking for a league. It is 282783. 5 places available. Warple or Finn Callahan in M6. Warple. How long is Madden out for? Like 10 weeks or something. I don't think he's playing this year. They've got like 3 other rucks ahead of him too. Thoughts on Libba? No thanks. No Fife. Nope, no Fife. Jackson Daly. Wow, what a very good name. Yeah, I've already shared thoughts on Wanganeen Malira. If you prefer him over Warple and you want to get that deeper P, go for it. I have a feeling by about round 6 is when I'm looking to trade out someone like a Warple anyway. So, yeah. But Wanganeen Malira, once he gets deeper P, could definitely hang around your side longer. But you're probably still trading him out before he's buy anyway. I don't know. Cutters over 70% CBAs if Phillips is out. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Like, they've still got players like Powell that they can put through there as well. So, come on, where are these teams at? Where you at? Let's see if Discord's got any teams listed. Nope. Nope. Okay. Why McRae? Dunkley's left. More CBAs. More opportunity to score. That's pretty much it. Thoughts on Marshall? Any worries about 2 rucks? Not really. I think they've always planned to play Tom Campbell when St Kilda's up against 2 big boys like a Gawn Grundy or a Shrek Darcy. Shrek Darcy's same player. Shrek or Jackson. So I don't think he's going to be a permanent inclusion to that side, especially once some of the forwards return like Membry. Thoughts on Laird plus Oliver and Bont in the midfield too heavy? I think that's too heavy. I would drop one of Laird or Oliver. But if you like your team with both of them in it, then go for it. You don't reckon Ridley's going to average and have a 90 to 95 year? I don't know. I'm still unsure on the Ridley pick. It's more just come around because of what's happened with Yo than anything else, rather than because I love the pick. Must be 625 teams. Because I love the pick. Yeah. I don't know. I'm also worried that the preseason game was a bit of a trap because St Kilda obviously had a much shorter forward line, which meant Ridley could more easily play third man up. And I think in the real deal, you're going to have him playing on the third defender sometimes rather than just being able to peel off. So I'm a little bit worried about the pick. What would Ash have to do over 2 rounds to convince you to jump on at 335k? I mean, it's probably not what Ash would have to do as much as, unless he's like showing he's a keeper, it's more that like Warple or Hopper would have to fail for me. But really, if Warple and Hopper fail, then I'm going to pick the best of Setterfield, Ash, Wanganeen Malira, Fife even. So I think it just depends on what goes on. Like there's flexibility with having 2 mid prices around that point that I can jump to any of them. If Led and Clary drop 40 to 60k, aren't they still hard to get? Yes, but not as hard in previous years where we've got boosts now. You can do 2 down, 1 up. How come you went for Warple over Callahan? Warple is a former burn man. I mean, Warple is going to be second CBA mid, and Callahan's going to be playing on the wing. So at the simplest level, that's it. I don't rate Warple as a footballer. He's never burnt me personally. I haven't made that mistake. But yeah, I like the opportunity is too good for him to be passed up. All right, got some teams here. 1 team. Bruin and Henry. No Bows. Radigali is playing fullback. Okay. McStay, Hill, Mitchell. Yep, no rookie debuts. Okay. This is all pretty standard, I think. Cox and Darcy Cameron. Cameron named as number 1 ruck. Oh, get on him. It's probably not. Bruins named on interchange. Bit of a shame. I wanted to see him named on the ball. It would give you more confidence, wouldn't it? Max Holmes named in the centre. Tui on a wing. Blitzer on a wing? Following Guthrie danger. Okay. Segler, Simpson, Parfitt, White. Emergencies, probably Parfitt. Frampton, McInnes, Carmichael, Markov. Probably Carmichael. He was the super sub last year, wasn't he? Come on, they got to give us more teams than that. What is this? One team. I'm desperate. I'm desperate. Give me something, anything. Come on, where the team's up. Spam that F5. I mean, I did click here to see full teams and emergencies. It's not showing them. All right, Gunston, Dunkley, and McKenna are all playing, as well as Ashcroft. Heppel's been named. Wow. He's recovered quickly. I wonder who's missing out. Okay, here's some teams. Oh, Phillips is emergency. He's going to be sub. Oh, this is beautiful. Chaos. Bring on the chaos. Excellent. All right. So Zeeble named, Goda named at halfback, even though he played wing. Oh, that's annoying. Who else has been named in this side? Cherry. Goldstein hasn't been named. Wow. Wait, does that mean Cherry's the only tall? Holy moly. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I don't need to make this decision tonight, right? Like, it doesn't matter. But this, like, Cherry is now a consideration for sides. What's his price again? 393k. Okay, this is somewhat interesting. I want to research that over the next 24 hours. Powers named on the ball with no Phillips. There's an option for fantasy. Luke, okay, where's Sheasel named? Forward pocket. Okay. No McLean or Crozier, both emergency. No McLean either. Oh my god, this is beautiful chaos. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. So before I get through the rest of the teams, I think like the important thing to think about for your sides is you just got to lock in plays tonight. So what, especially Carlton players, because I don't think there's any Richmond players we're really looking at apart from Hopper and Taranto, and they're pretty much locked for everyone. So it's, do you want to start Doc, yes or no? Do you want to start Hollands, yes or no? Do you want to start Cowan, yes or no? And then are they on bench or field? So I think Cowan's an easy yes. Hollands is a little bit more interesting now that Phillips is out as an emergency. And then everything else can wait until tomorrow beyond those. All right. Chesser is named. Cole is there. Hunt is there. Chesser. Sheed, of course, named on a wing. Lol. Ginby on the ball. It's what you love to see. Yeah, Yo. No, Nick Nat, Yo. No, Yo. West. I mean, Clark or West could be... I mean, any of these could be emergency, really. Is there anyone else in this West Coast side that's interesting? I don't think so. El Ryan, Allen's there. That's crazy. Oh, there's so much chaos. So Cherry, interesting. Wow, okay. Port. New faces, yep, as expected. No Boak, no Finlayson. Okay. Was there anyone from Port that we even cared about? I don't think so. I mean, Rosie, Horn Francis, Butters. So Butters. I mean, Dersman's in there for those looking at Bergman. These are potential breakouts. Rosie, Butters, okay. Okay, pretty boring. Brisbane. Is Wilmot named? Wilmot's named, McKenna's named, so I think you're probably taking both at this point. Dunkley, of course, is on the ball. Who's not in there? Sharp, Pryor, Joyce. No Zorko, no Gardner. Who do they come back in for? Okay. Tunstall's probably one. I'm a little bit unsure about that. But I think you probably take them at this point. That's my gut reaction. Melbourne versus the Dogs. So McVie we already knew about. Laurie we already knew about as well. They both got announced. And then Grundy, of course. Who's not playing May? Yeah, we heard about the calf. So that means like for a one-round go, Bowie's probably a pretty good option. Although Tomlinson probably will share kickouts as well. And maybe McVie, maybe the three of them. No Fritch, which does make it a little bit risky for, I think probably not Chandler. It's probably Larry that goes out. So he's probably all right as a pick, Chandler, if you want to go him. And then no Salem. I mean, that's probably who McVie probably comes up for Salem. He's back in a couple of weeks. I don't think you can pick him. Larry, you probably can't pick. So this is probably a largely irrelevant team, to be honest. Oliver's there, as you'd expect on the ball. Hunter's there. Okay. Dogs. All right. So McLean is probably the emergency, or Crozier. Wow, I can't believe they're both not named. That's nuts. Baker Ian is pretty clutch because it's, I think, the only 123k mid option that we actually care about. So that's good. He's named on an interchange. So some questions over job security will need to actually perform to secure that spot. McRae is named on a wing. Bont in the middle. Richards is playing down back. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's have a quick look at chat. What's it about Phillips? I mean, trade him, obviously. All right. Gold Coast against Swans. Long, Newland. Okay. So Constable down back. Oh, there's no Ellis either. Okay. What's the injury list look like for them? Was he in this injury list? Did I just miss this? Ellis has got a calf. Okay. That's why. All right. So Yulin's job security is really bad. There's like Ellis, Powell, and Weller all to come back in. And even Constable is somewhat suspicious after that. So Yuland I don't like as an option. Berry isn't getting a game. Moyle's an emergency. Davies is playing. Miller's playing. Okay. Swans. Francis emergency. Roberts emergency. Andrew emergency. Like, I think these are like all popular options, all not playing. No Clark, who's injured. No Hickey, which we knew. Laddams is playing. Ruck. Yep. Goulden, where's Goulden been named? So not that it matters too much. Forward pocket, that fills you with confidence. Seeing Goulden right there in the forward pocket. And then GWS, we've got Ash Whitfield coming down back as we thought. Cadman not named. Kelly on the ball, Cogs on the ball, Callahan wing, Green in the middle. Oh, we're extended benches now, okay. I don't think there's anyone there that we care about too much. I would imagine Perryman is playing. Probably Daniels if he's fit. I don't know. He's always been a bit of a... Like, they've always liked him. Haynes? Because I guess that's probably the 7th defender. And then maybe Kennedy? Not sure. Not sure about this bench that they're picking from here. We need to pick... Oh, wait. We've got 2 more down here. Yeah, I don't think Stone will pick. Okay, whatever. Crom. So we know... McElhaney and Brown are playing. Rankin, of course. I mean, I'd say these first 4 are who's playing, and these 4 are who... Oh, maybe? Yeah, that's probably right. Miller is back. Dawson, Laird. Pedler for fantasy is important. Supercoach, not so much. Berry's on the ball. Sloane's on the ball. It's weird. Hawks. I mean, we knew about Green and McKenzie already. That's fine. I don't think there's much here. Warple named on the ball. Bramble wing. Day in defense. Okay, there's going to be a rotation. So, Bombers. Let's see where Heppels come into play here. Owen Davey Jr., Setterfield, and Weedman. Setterfield on the ball. Weedman. Right. Does that mean there's no Jones? Jones is potentially playing? I don't know. So Phillips, I think, will be the emergency. Martin is going to play. Oh, this is confusing. What are they? No, so Jones won't play. It'll be Caldwell, Martin, Ambrosio. Unless, oh, Ambrosio might have been knocked out by Heppel. So Caldwell, Martin, and then 2 of Ambrosio, Waller, and Menzie. Okay. Okay. And then, where was Davey named? Bench? Nope. Forward pocket. Okay. St Kilda Freo. Caminiti, let's go, Cama. Philippou and Stocker. Stocker in half back. He's still going to be third string behind these two. Steele. Bytel's named. Okay. Where's Windhager? Windhager. Well, it's extended bench, though. Did Philippou get announced? I don't think he did. And they suggested Campbell might be playing. This is like pretty scuffed. They said Cammer might be playing too. So who is actually playing from this bench? Is it like, is Windhager fit? If he is, he's playing. Philippou's probably playing. I think he has to. Is it? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I need to get the insider word on that. And then Freo, Clark, Pierce, Ryan, Young's there. Okay, Brody. Who have we got? Henry. Yep. So Sturt's only a maybe, a bit hard to pick. I mean, you can wait until tomorrow night. Darcy, yes. Jackson, where's he been named? Half forward, okay. Amira, Walters. Yeah, Walters affects the Sturt pick. You don't know if Sturt's going to be there another week if Walters isn't there. Okay. All right, this is Webster definitely plays. Was he Saints bench? Did I just read over that multiple times and just not realize Webster was one of the names? Yeah, Webster plays. Okay, Webster plays. Hager probably plays. I think it's one of Hager at Bytel, Philippou, and then probably Caminiti, and maybe Campbell doesn't play. So Cama, Webster, Hager, or Bytel and Philippou. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is Marshall still a fantasy lock? I mean, he is for me. I don't see many other better options unless we look at the cherry bomb. What's cherry like in this format? 587. Interesting. Definitely come back to that. All right, let's go have a look at my team then. So Phillips is gone. Whoop, we can trade him. That's good to know. McLean is gone. Can trade him. This frees up so much money that I haven't had for a while. Wow. So I could actually go Radaglia now as an option here, just because he's playing. It opens up that DPP. He's bench cover, and this could be Hollands. All right, that's one option. This could be Chesser though instead. Free up a bit more cash. Whoops. Spell his name. Chesser. Is there another forward option I like that's cheap, that lets me free up money elsewhere? I mean, it could just be Davey down here. Where would I put this money though? I'd want to put it into defense. It's not in the midfield. I like all these options, so I'm not moving any of those. I still need to pay up for a rookie in the mids, which I don't think there's one that I like that's cheap. Nope. Yeah, I don't want Noah Long. Where was he named in the team sheets? Bench. He's like a small forward that doesn't have job security, I don't think. Yeah, small forward. Okay. For a bad side. No Witherden makes Hunt more interesting. Who's Xing out of defense? I guess some of these are alright users that aren't like Hearn. But yeah, still not long. I don't want long. I think I'd rather go Radigalia now. Oh, Sava. Spell it right. Why? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, filters on. Oh my gosh, what a duffer. Sorry, let's just finish this experiment first. Let's see if there's just anything I could do here. Davey, another cheap rookie in the mids. There isn't really anyone here, though. That's the only problem. Like, who are you putting in here? It's not... It's none... Yeah, it's no one. So you have to go someone like Hollins. Oops. I got 70k. I can't even get Ridley back up to Dawson. Could be used for Warple to Setterfield. Yeah, that's like we're not doing that. All right, so do we want Hollins? That's a question. Or like, would I rather have Hollins or Radigalia? Team, please, come on. Why did it reset itself? Oh, don't tell me the website's stuffing up. Is this doing it to anyone else, or is it just me? I probably should... Yeah, this is not good. Oh, it's crashing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh, Peddler forward line. That's good. Is Goldie injured? I don't know what's happened with Goldie. That's why I need to research over the next few days. No Phillips. Get him out of your sides. Do you think it's worth paying up for Radigalia over Chandler? Yes, probably. Oh, Chandler's probably all right. I guess that's the forward option I could go in here. Like, have Dave in the midfield. Put this to Chandler. Let's go back through again. This is actually crazy. Please work. And don't do weird things. So this is Chesser. This could be Chandler. And that's how I could get Dawson back in over Ridley. I mean, we probably start Chesser. I think that's more or less. It's just whether I want to go Chandler and use 100k or go Radigalia. Chandler might be okay. Let's just save a team. Probably put the E on Radigalia, I guess. And then emergency on Baker. And then I think there's no way I run a team without Cowan now. Yeah. Yep. Good. Okay, I think this is how it sits for now. Yeah, there's questions. Do I need Hollins? Oh, I could even go Hollins over Chesser. And Hollins might be out when Walsh comes back. Oh, man. Let's have a look at this side again. Oh, you got Kerner that could come out. Doesn't have to be Hollins. I don't know. It depends on who they prefer, I guess. I just saved him and got out of it. That's a good call, I would say. A very good call. And what do I need to do for fantasy? So I've already got Cowan and Hollins. Already planning on that. Oh, yeah, Phillips needs to get rid of. Oh, is Holland on field? Oh, this is actually a much harder decision for this format. Hold on. Blimey. Let's go. All statuses selected to play. All prices, this price range. I do not like any of these options. Wait, Johnson wasn't selected to play, was he? Hold up. Hold up. Did I miss that? Oh, it'll be bench. Because his last game. Yeah, he's not playing. That's cap. Is he playing? Henry? Johnson? I don't know. He could be playing. I kind of want Hollands off field, though. Like, in this one, I think I'd almost prefer Callahan. Oh, no. What do I do with Hollands? Far out. Do I play him? Oh, I need to actually like fill that spot too. Hold up. I probably just use Chandler in this format, I think. I think that's probably fair. Load him. Come on, load him. Give him to me. Oh, they're selected in a weird way. Good stuff. So let's try and answer some questions at the same time. What about Stocker? Yeah, not a fan. Who do I field out of Hollands, Davey, Chesser, and Baker? That's a rough situation. I guess Hollands or Baker. McRae Namlin's wing is scary. Yep. Do you think it's fun having Green, Kelly, and Callahan? Yes. Would you consider Philippa over Sava? Probably not. I think like defender role where he can intercept is just better than key forward. Can Hollands be on field and SuperCoach? He could be. I'm a little bit unsure. Do we drop Philippa? I never had him, but it's up to you. What about Bruce? Wait, did he play? Did he get named? Was Bruce in? Do we get Juicy Brucey? Oh, he was named. Damn. Over Crozier too. Hold up. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, Bruce is on the consideration list. Go to back on the menu. Probably not. Like, you just don't know if he's going to play wing or halfback. If he's playing halfback, good. If he's playing wing, no good. Do I move Phillips? Was on my bench to Chesser and bank the cash or get Hollands? Do I move Phillips? Was on my bench to Chesser and bank the cash? Yeah, I'm still weighing up the same decision. I think Chesser's probably a better pick than Hollands, so I think I'd start with that. Bruce named when you look like a deer in headlights against North's interesting. How many emergencies do you have? The same amount as everyone with a 4? Thoughts on Dacos over Ridley? Yeah, if you like Dacos, go for it. I've got him in fantasy. Well, maybe I go Day. Doesn't let me get to Callahan, though. Maybe this is a format where I send Cherry in it. Let's see if anyone's... Okay. I think this format might be Cherry. Actually, let's have a look at Cherry's stats last year. Did he have any games without Goldie? He did not, unfortunately. It's hard to even judge how he would have done without Goldie. I mean, these games where he was playing second ruck, clearly not as good. The ones where he was first ruck, much better. I kind of want to send this pick over Wits. That lets me get out of Day. I can go someone like a good defender instead. I can almost get to Doherty, but I cannot. So Stewart? Maybe? This could be a little bit too risky. And then what am I doing with Chandler? Can I get him to Philippou? I'll probably take Philippou in this format. Oh, it's like 80k off, isn't it? $15k off. Unlucky. Is there someone instead of Stewart? Oh, Cumming. Cumming or Young or Redmond. All right. But I think the important decisions are I'm probably still not starting Doherty as much as I'd love to. Holland will be on field. Cowan's an emergency. I'm probably passing on Baker. All right. Oh, wait. Was Shorty? Shorty was out. Yeah, he was. Okay. All right. Yeah, Stocker's a no for me. I don't want him. I know people are looking at him as an option. I don't really want him. I think his scoring history hasn't been great. I don't think the role's going to be better. Hunt for SuperCoach if you really have no one else. Bytel, I'm not sure about Bytel. I don't know if he's actually going to get named. You have to wait until 5 o'clock tomorrow. How do you know Marshall isn't solo ruck? They've Campbell's on the extended bench. Is Doherty worth it? In SuperCoach, yes. In fantasy, probably yes. Is Arazi a 200k in fantasy? Or is he just too... No, there's no way he is, right? This has got to be... He's 400k. It must be in SuperCoach. No, I'm not starting. He's too injury prone. What do you think about fading Hopper? Not for me personally, but if you're just putting another mid-pricer in that spot, then that's fine. What do I want to do with 50k? Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Philippou or Hollands, I think. Max Holmes for Tanner Brun. Okay, there's a big Brennan Cox appreciator for fantasy. But, like, why is he going to score well this year? Upgrade Callahan to Warple or Ridley to Dawson? Probably Callahan to Warple, although I don't mind the Ridley to Dawson one either. Asava or Bruce? Probably Asava just because the bench color. I've answered Bodie Yuland thoughts like about 7 times. I don't think his job security is good. I think he's one of the first one that's going for the 3 or 4 guys they've got on the outside. Dunkley O'Neill is VC. Dunkley. Are you worried about Fanders and Goulden forward pocket? Oh, was Flanders forward pocket, was he? No, not really. Oh, they're just team sheets, not be all and end all. There he is. True, true. I mean, he's not playing small forward. I mean, he's playing wing over Euland at a minimum. But Euland's not playing small forward. He's going to play back. Yeah, no, I'm not really worried. $400 watching. Oh, thanks for tuning in. We've got, what, about 10, 15 more minutes until I'll jump off and get ready for the game. 5 for Flanders. Flanders. Should I get Hollands in for Phillips? Yes, you should get rid of Phillips. He's not playing. I mean, yeah, but just because he averaged well in the preseason doesn't mean he's going to average well in the real season. Part of the reason why Cox scored well was because Ryan wasn't in the side, and Ryan is back now. Is it Chizo on Dr. Supercoach account tonight? That's some class trolling. I'm glad I read the name first. Glad I read the name. That's all I can say. Thanks for tuning in, though. I hope you're doing well. Can we play McKenna on field with confidence? Yes. Probably. Should we pick Hollands and Supercoach? I don't think so. That's the question everyone's weighing up, right? I think I'd rather, like, for me, I'm looking at this, right? It's like, would I rather have Hollands or Radaglia or Bruce or Philippou or Sheasel? And I don't think I'm picking Hollands over most of those. Plus, picking Hollands now locks the team in. So I think no Hollands. Is Tom Stewart worth? Yep, Stewart's fine. We're locking in Cowan over the likes of Wilmot, Chester, Chandler. I mean, you're going to end up picking all of them. I don't see a world where you're not. So, yeah, like, I think it's fine picking Cowan in. Doherty's a fine VC for tonight. I hate that I've picked Asava. Yeah, I know. I feel the same. Thanks, Ross. Hollands or Bruce? I don't know. The Bruce thing hasn't really been on my radar because I just assumed like Crozier would be ahead and whatnot. So it's a little bit confusing now. I'm definitely going to have to think on this. It's Chizo. Yeah. Feel ya. I mean, I can't imagine Pistol on the account. I thought it must be either like you or JB. Thoughts on Latham solo rocking? Good on him. That doesn't like only until Hickey comes back. It's just not relevant. Combin F8. Who do you think will do their relief rucking? Was he? He wasn't in the side, was he? Combin. Oh, he was. Oh, I totally missed that. Okay, Cherry is less interesting now. He's not solo ruck. Sad. He's gonna have to go. See you, mate. Oh, this might mean I'm back on Baker as well. Woof. Because I don't want to play any Cowan, Wilmot, or Chester on in defense. I just don't. So it gives me like 600k for a defender. I mean, maybe this is just day. I don't like the pick, but what else am I gonna do? It could be Baker. Although did I not have enough cash then? I didn't. All right. So it's day. Well, I didn't have enough cash. Oh, I went Philippou over Chandler. Yeah, just back in the good rookies, right? Okay. I don't even know which one of these is a better option, to be honest. Maybe it's Chesser. We've got North. Okay. Okay. Who will score better, Liam Jones or Stocker? Jones. This year's cash gen's going to be horrible. Maybe. I can see it being worse. I mean, last year we had like Cogs and Brody that were free keepers for 200k. You had Sicily a keeper for 400k. You had Hewitt a keeper for 400k. You had Cripps a keeper for 450. So it's pretty hard to beat a year like that, just to be perfectly honest. And I don't see the guys that were picking at 300k being keepers. So yeah, it should be harder with Cash Gen this year. Is Goda a good option? Not if he plays the wing role that we saw. If he plays halfback, he's a great pick. Which one are we going to see? You've seen Pistols team, so you can imagine how stressed he is right now. Major changes needed. Oh yeah, didn't he have Crozier in his side? I don't think he had McLean, did he? Or did he? No, he might have changed to have McLean in his side. Yeah, Pistol probably in a world of hurt. I should have my phone, see if he's messaging me. He'll be fine. He'll figure it out. Should I replace Cox with Ryan? Which Ryan? Or with like Freo's Ryan? No, I wouldn't have either. Worth picking Chandler instead of Bruce and saving cash. I'm a little bit unsure about Bruce's job security. I think Chandler's is better, but Bruce has more upside than Chandler does. Oh, I forgot about Powell in fantasy. That's who I wanted that I didn't have. I still don't think I can do it. Oh, not unless I cull like Green, but I really like Green as an option. Holland's on field so bad. Oh. No, I'll probably just leave it as is. Oh, do I want Hollands over Radaglia? This is so bad. Maybe I do. Oh. This is tough. It's tough. Thoughts on McVeigh? No. I mean, he's going to play lockdown and then he's going to be out of the side for Salem in a couple of weeks. So that's no good. Is Combin an option? No, I don't think Combin's an option. A guaranteed Chandler holds his spot. Coaches love him and he's in great form. I agree. He looks good in the preseason. It's just the scoring more than anything else. Warple or Bruin? Warple. I wouldn't play Bruin in your midfield. Part of the reason why he's attractive is that he's a forward. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I think I might just end up locking myself into this. And then regret it later. Is it the right Davey? It is the right Davey. I need to keep reminding myself every time because I keep selecting myself. Does give me more cash if I go Hollands. I can still go Radaglia over someone else if I really want to. Okay. All right. Last 5-10 minutes or so. I'll try and get to as many questions as I can in that time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope your teams are in a better spot than what they were about 40 minutes ago, and good luck for round 1. Pedler or Radaglia at D6. Can't have him in your defense. I'm guessing you mean F6. I'd rather have Radaglia. Wilmot, Chesser, or McVeigh for fantasy. Wilmot over Chesser over McVeigh. I wouldn't have McVeigh in either format. Good lining up at forward pocket worries me. Yeah, I don't think that happens in the real game. He's never played forward pocket in his life. He's always been high half forward anyway. So I wouldn't worry about the team sheet there. Stewart or Ridley? Probably Ridley. What about Darcy in the Ruck fantasy? I'm cool with that. I have played with going down to Darcy in the Ruck to free up cash. From Wit. What is it, an extra 40k? I could go back and look at that again. How many keepers do I see in my side at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sheezel or Radaglia for the field? I wouldn't want to field either. If you had to, it's probably Sheezel. Darcy Cameron is a no. Should I be starting Constable over Cowan or Wilmot? Yes. Thoughts on Lowry job security? I mentioned it when teams dropped, but I don't think it's good. I think he's the one that gets bailed out when Fritsch comes back. Flanders and keep 65k or go Fife. Flanders. Do I need to get Phillips out now? You do need to get Phillips out now, yes. The only decision, though, you need to make in the next, 15 minutes is, do you want Hollands in that spot? If you want to go Wanganeen Malira over Warple as a pod, go for it. I think it's fine. Led, go to Chandler or Jelly Jones Rat. Jelly Jones Rat. What to do with Phillips? Get him out of your side. It's just whether you want Hollands or not. If you want Hollands, lock him in. If you don't, then you can think about it for the next 24 hours. What do you think about Bruce at F5? No. Bruce at M7, also no. But you meant F7, which is fine, I think, yeah. Darcy instead of Wits for fantasy. Yeah, that's fine. Fife or Flanders. Ridley, Laird. Ridley plus Laird or Sicily plus McRae. Flip of a coin. I don't mind either option. I'm probably, I guess, most suspect on Ridley. So maybe, but either of those is fine. I'm trusting you on the Chandler call. I mean, Chandler is fine. I think his job security is all right. I think Lowry's going to get bounced out ahead of him. It's just he plays a small forward. Does he get up the ground much? I doubt it. So I'm just not sure about the scoring. But I think if you want to pick Chandler, you can. I don't think he's a terrible option. Best midfield, mid-price that's not Hopper for SuperCoach, for SuperCoach. I mean, Warple, Setterfield, and then Ash are probably my next three, and then Wanganeen Malira. Chandler should score fairly well, more a half forward than a half pocket. Okay. I mean, there are a lot of people that are big on Chandler, so go him. Definitely. Really like your SuperCoach team. Oh, thanks, Big J. Appreciate it. I hope you've adjusted fine on the back of the news. No letter Oliver is going to hurt you early. I don't think so. I as long as I've spent that 100k you get from not having him well elsewhere, I think I'll be fine. I think I could still go McRae. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. Perfect team. Amazing. So if you really want Laird as your captain, but you like the rest of my structure, then this is what you do. You copy it player for player. 30 out of 30. You got your Laird, but I'm not doing that. If it looks like Laird's going up in price at the end of round 2, then maybe. Warple or Brun? I've answered this question 17 times. It is Warple for me. If it's in, but if you can play Brun on your forwards and you're playing a better mid premium over a forward premium, then probably Brun. Bruce or Hollands? Hollands, I think. Rosie or Cogs? Rosie. Sheasel or Jones? Jones. Okay. Enjoyed the stream. Thanks, Delwyn. Good luck. Why Phillips out? Because he's not playing. He's going to be a sub or just not play. No long, no thanks. Some of the other forward options we've talked about, like Chandler, I'd prefer Bruce. Radaglia, he's all behind all of those. VC Toronto, if you want to. Probably more of a fantasy VC than a SuperCoach one. Yeah, no, I'm a no on Noah Long. Thoughts on Cheezel? I'd rather not. Cheeky Pod and Lockie Hunter, if you want to. But, I mean, he was a proven scorer on the wing in the dog system where they go absolutely bananas. I don't know about Melbourne. Oh my, a bunch of extra chat just popped in. Brun or Fife? Brun. Am I locked in? I mean, locked in for tonight, I guess. Cowan, Hollands, Taranto, Hopper, Doherty. Those are the 5 choices that you need to make if you want them or not. And then everything else can wait until tomorrow. Don't forget to fix Madden. Oh no, he's meant to be there. He's the this is the loophole setup, so I can swap the captaincy if I need to. But thank you, because I had ruck issues last year. O'Brien sub because they tactically sub off Hollands late to get fresh legs. I mean, isn't Hollands meant to be one of the best runners as a junior? Why would he be the one that gets subbed off Wouldn't they look at subbing off someone like Kerno and releasing a tag instead and bringing on fresh legs? Wouldn't that make more sense? Why would it be Holland? I mean, it's true that like O'Brien as the wing replacement, like he could play wing, but I just don't know why it necessarily would be Hollands if he's meant to be a very good runner. Apologies. Ridley plus Laird plus Hollands and McRae plus Dawson plus Chandler. Probably Ridley, Laird, Hollands. Tend to side the better rookies. All right, last few questions, and then I'll be saying au revoir. Is this your complete team? I mean, I think so. I need to have a think about what I'm doing with the 70k. I can get a better rookie somewhere. I could, yeah, yep. I don't know. Like as I showed, I could go McRae to Laird still with this format. But yeah, I think this is my complete side for now. I can't get Ridley up, unfortunately. I could get Warple up to Setterfield. That's probably the only thing that sticks out that I could do. Is having 0 bad? No, there's nothing wrong with having 0. Reckon the team you just did with $0 left is viable? Yeah, I think it's viable. Yeah, I mean, it's this team. It's just Laird over McRae, and the rest of it is the team that I think I'm running. McRae, Bailey Smith. I mean, I've picked McRae, so it's it. But I don't mind picking Bailey Smith as an option. Warple or Setterfield. Warple I've got, but I don't mind Setterfield either. Thoughts on Brad Scott and a pass mark this season? I don't know, man. I haven't thought about Essen enough. I'm just going to enjoy the season for what it is. No expectations. Hunter named on the ball for St Kilda. Cool. McRae or Oliver? McRae. What's so special about Jones? Good job security. Mature age. But otherwise, not much. It's more lack of other options. Jinby, M8, McKenna, D5. Okay, yep, it is. Should I captain Laird if you want to? Who's your vice captain? Who's your loophole? But I mean, if you're picking Laird, it's to captain him, right? I guess you're worried about the tag. If you think he's going to get tagged, you probably shouldn't pick him. Our complete team for fantasy. I'll just quickly show that. And then I think we're done. So this is the fantasy team for now. It's got 70k in the bank as well. I need to figure out what to do with that. I think I'm playing Hollands on field in this one. I'd probably rather not, but to be honest, I just don't know where I'm how I'm going to force him off the field. It'd have to be like green down, which I don't think I'm doing. Oh, did Bergman get named? He did. What was his position? How did I miss this? I guess because he's played before he wasn't announced as new. Show me some teams. Okay. I don't know what his job security is like. But yeah, this is the fantasy team for now. This is probably the one I have to fiddle with most. I have a feeling I'm going to regret having Hollands on field because I probably don't want to have him there by this time tomorrow. But I also don't know how I'm going to fix it. I don't really want to have Cowan or Wilmot on field. I guess I'd rather have Hollands on field over them. Peddler down here. I mean, it could be Green, just sorting by money. Okay, but yeah, that's the sides. Thanks all for tuning in. Been a great chatting to you as always. Look, if possible, I'm probably going to try and do another stream tomorrow night, but we'll just see how we go. yeah, otherwise, best of luck. I'll see you all in the Discord and potentially tomorrow night. Good luck with your teams for round 1. Peace.